Good morning, or good afternoon, or hi to whenever you're watching this. I am the host of this group, Self-Care for Extremely Busy Women, your host, Suzanne Falter. For those of you who haven't met me, I'm glad you're here. And what I'm going to be talking about this morning in this short little 3 to 5 minute video is how to make a self-care plan and actually stick to it. Because that's our issue, right? A lot of us come in really knowing we need better self-care, really knowing we want better self-care, but doesn't happen. And why, you may ask? Well, I'm going to tell you what my theory is. We are afraid to stop and take care of ourselves. Yes, that was a rooster you heard in the background. Although it's supposed to be a chicken, it's just a little chicken. We're raising chicks. Here's the crazy thing. When you stop to take care of yourself, you may feel guilty, like you're doing something wrong. Like so-and-so really needs your help more than you do right now. Oh, it's okay, I can put up with it, we tell ourselves. Well, I'm here to upset the order of your thoughts, because the truth is, you do deserve self-care. You need self-care. Self-care is essential for a happy, balanced life. And don't we all want to be happy, balanced people? Okay, so my first suggestion is you make a self-care goal. What do you want to do? I want to lose some weight. I want to feel better when I wake up in the morning. I want to understand why I'm so anxious and do something about it. Typical self-care goals, right? First thing you want to do is figure out a little place in your day where you can take some positive steps to make this happen. You may not even know what you're going to do yet to make that happen, but this is what I'm talking about. This is why it's so essential to carve out some you time, to get some time alone where you really are taking care of yourself. This is for you this time. So if you are somebody who is a morning person, get up half an hour before everybody else. If you're an evening person, stay up a little later and do some self-care right before you go to sleep. Hey, I see Holly's on. Hi, thanks for being here. Wherever you are in your day, carve out just a little bit of time. Look, you could take 3 10-minute chunks of me time during the day. You got to be able to carve out a 10-minute chunk for yourself here and there. You just have to. And if you feel like you can't, then some changes might need to be made. Here are some tips. Now, you may notice, I don't know if you can see what I'm wearing, but I am wearing my workout clothes because after I get off this video, I'm going to go get on my bike, on the bike trainer in my deck here, and I'm going to do half an hour of cycling and listening to really good music. Now, there's several little elements I want to unpack there. First of all, why am I wearing my workout clothes to do a Facebook Live video with you, my group? Because when you dress as if you are going to take that self-care moment for yourself, you actually may do it. Because I'd feel really dumb wearing my cycling shorts all day long and not getting on that bike. A little uncomfortable too, strange, you know. The other thing I would say is make a specific time. By making a specific time, you really give yourself the chance to commit to you, right? And isn't that what this is all about? We're trying to take a moment to really not be focused on anybody but ourselves. Now, say your self-care is all about journaling. You really want to understand something about yourself. You're feeling anxious, and hey, these are anxious times. Why not spend some time with just a basic 3-ring spiral notebook, writing down how you feel? Now, how could you do that if you don't have 10 minutes to breathe? Well, make those 10 minutes. And it may be that you take that notebook with you to sit in a lovely place while you're eating your lunch. Where are you going to find that wonderful moment? Good morning, Jenny. Nice to see you. Wherever you are in your day, take that little chunk of time. Here's another idea. Now, I mentioned that I'm in my workout clothes to get myself to do the cycling. Another element here is that I know when I'm going to do that cycling. When we are vague about how we're going to fit self-care into our day, girlfriends, it ain't never going to happen. It just won't. That's why we got to schedule it in. I actually put it on my schedule. I know it sounds a little crazy and maybe even a little anal. I don't care. It's what it takes for me to do the job. I also mentioned that when I cycle, I listen to really good music. This is just kind of an obvious thing, but some of us aren't even aware of it. We want to make our self-care enjoyable. Is it always enjoyable to be slogging away, sweating and heaving on my bike trainer for, I don't know, 30 minutes? Well, it's a lot better with some really good music. And sometimes, crazily enough, I even stream the Food Network on my iPad. You know, I just really want to say, make that self-care as much fun as you can, because that's our opportunity here. Our opportunity is to craft this experience of self-care so it flows in our day. I'm going to do a separate video about flowing, going with the flow and flowing with self-care, because that's kind of a deal too, you know. By the way, if you're just joining me, I'm in my backyard in Oakland, California, and if you hear a rooster, it's because we thought we had little chickens, but one of them is turning out to be a rooster. Just don't mind her. So we are here talking about what it takes to stay committed. Now, the other piece of stay committed is you don't let anybody talk you out of your self-care time. Self-care time is for you. This is your time. So as you're listening to this, think about what can you do for yourself today that you could put on your schedule, that you could commit to, that would be fun and not take too long. You know, hell, maybe it takes hours and you've got hours. What can you do that will help you really fire up the mojo to get that self-care done, you know? Hey, so one of the people who just popped on this video is Debbie Granger. Debbie Granger and I do the Back to Happy podcast together. Hello, Debbie. Big hug, love. We're talking about how to make self-care a real habitual part of your day. And another thing that I actually talk about in my book, Self-Care, The Extremely Busy Woman's Guide to Self-Care, which started this group, I talk about the mini habit. And I love, love, love the mini habit. The mini habit is a very, very wonderful way to approach self-care activities we may not want to do. Take the push-up. This guy, Charles Duhigg, wrote a wonderful book called The Power of Mini Habits, which I highly recommend. And when you do a mini habit, you say to yourself, not, I am going to do 30 crunches. You say, I will do 2 crunches. Just 2, only 2. Seems crazy, right? Yes, I will do 2 crunches because I really need to do some crunches. So you start and you do 1 crunch. Okay, did that. Do another. Oh, God, I hated those crunches. But you know, I'm down here on the floor. I've got a little time. Why not just do the darn crunches? Suddenly you've done 10 crunches. Whatever you're doing, give yourself a little time to do it. Give yourself a little time to just do a little bit. Even if it's journaling, you know you hate journaling, or meditation, perfect example. How many of us enjoy sitting down to our first meditation? We might think it seems fun, but the truth is, meditation can be intimidating to a lot of people. And I'm going to do a separate recording on that too, because I know some tricks that might be useful for helping you get into meditation. Bottom line, do 2 minutes of meditation. So the mini habit helps you get started in a gentle way with self-care that might actually feel a little uncomfortable to get going with. My goal this morning and today, and as ever on this group, is to help you begin to create a context for self-care in your life, where you really feel why you need to do it, and you make the changes up here that will enable you to do it. Because, girlfriend, I'm going to tell you the truth. You do have time for self-care. You really do. And it's not about adding more things or being more disciplined. It's about creating the belief that you can take time for yourself, that you do deserve beautiful, loving attention, no matter how busy you are. And some of that may mean asking for help. You may have to ask a spouse, hey, could you watch the kids for half an hour? You might get a trade going with another mom and say, I'll take your kids for an afternoon, you take my kids for an afternoon. Once a week, we go off and we go deep into our self-care, whatever that would be for you. Anyway, I'm thanking you for listening. I'm glad you dropped in today. Welcome to my backyard. Hope you didn't mind the rooster in the background, who has been sold to us as a chicken, a hen, not a rooster. Anyway, thank you very much. And may you go forth and really dig beautifully and deeply into self-care. Bye-bye.